Hey friend, do you love the smell of books? Maybe you absolutely delight in the sound of a pen gliding across a page as you write. Hi, my name is Shira and I am a Jesus follower, a writer, entrepreneur, and lover of all things boho and books. In this podcast, I want to take you on a journey of discovering yourself, discovering God and your passions, and how to make your life beautiful and so full that it overflows into the lives of others. And over here, we are not about compartmentalizing life. Oh no. Over here, we talk about holistically taking your life and presenting it as a place where others can be blessed just by knowing you. Are you excited? I am. So snag your favorite mug of tea or a pen and paper and let's jump in. Because you're listening to Her Reading Life podcast. Hello, sweet friends, and welcome to another episode of Her Reading Life podcast. My goodness, I am so excited to be here and to be able to talk to you because this week is Thanksgiving week. And if you're listening to this on Thursday, then it is actually Thanksgiving Day. And I thought that it was such a beautiful opportunity for me to be able to just take some time to just do an episode on gratitude, just because this is such a beautiful day that I think gets eclipsed sometimes by all the holidays, the other holidays surrounding it. Because, let's be honest, there aren't a ton of sparkly lights or costumes around it, but, oh, friends, it is so essential and so priceless and necessary to be able to come back to a place of gratitude and remember where we came from and how far we've come this year, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 7 years ago, 10 years ago. There's always something beautiful to remember, even in the hard years. And I actually got inspired to do this by a lovely friend of mine. Her name is Mariah, and she has a podcast as well. Her podcast is Faith Books and Coffee Chats. And please, by all means, check it out because it is a beautiful, beautiful podcast. I highly recommend it. She has the most beautiful voice and perspective on life. It's always so restful and relaxing and inspiring, truly. And if you love this podcast, you will absolutely love her podcast as well. Well, in one of her episodes, she was talking about gratitude and Thanksgiving and how to set up our hearts so that they are full of Thanksgiving in this season and how to find gratitude even in the difficult times. And it was such a lovely episode. I will link it below because it is so worth listening to. I highly recommend it. But also, listening to her episode really inspired me to kind of take some time, especially this Thanksgiving, to do an episode to chat a little bit about Thanksgiving. And just because I think gratitude holds such a very dear place in my heart, but also because, I don't know, I wanted to give you guys, I guess, a gift. Just to be able to say thank you, but also just a sweet reminder and something to inspire you for this day, because I know for some of you, I know this may be a difficult season, especially with loved ones, or sometimes when families come together, things don't exactly go as they are supposed to, and that's okay. We all go through tough seasons like that. And so for those of you who are having a beautiful Thanksgiving, and for those of you who are having a rough season, I want to give you a little gift of encouragement and inspiration, and hopefully these words just fill you up with gratitude and joy. So I'm going to go back to my gratitude journal, like I did several episodes ago when I did a Monday motivation episode. And honestly, I love the gratitude journal that I have. I haven't actually used it in a little while. just being completely honest. But I always come back to it for gratitude quotes. And this one in particular really stuck out to me as I was thumbing through this book. And if you hear the page turning, it's because I'm looking through this book and just looking for some of the quotes. And these two in particular I'm going to share today really stuck out to me as I was praying and just taking some time before this episode to just thank God. Literally thank God for the immense blessings that I've experienced in this year. Even though it was hard. It was so hard. But I'll tell you this, it was full of God's goodness and mercy and grace, even through the really tough seasons. And looking back, I see his hand, even through the tragedy. Yes, because I lost my grandmother this year, and that was the first time that I lost someone that was close to me, and that I experienced death on a very personal level. But at the same time, I see his mercy. I see the doors opening up. This was a year where I had eye issues like I had never experienced before. I could not write. Last November, at this time, I could not write. I was talking into my phone and narrating everything that I wanted to write because I was literally unable to write. And I know that as time has gone by, I've noticed that a lot of this is stress and anxiety related, and so it's been easier to deal with. But for months it was tough. It was a dark time, and yet now I see myself and I'm writing 12,000 words a day, and at minimum 700 words, but my average now is 12,000 words, 1,200 words, so 1,200 words, and I'm realizing how very far I've come from just a year ago. And so again, even in the middle of the difficulty of the challenges, I see the goodness. I see the beauty. I see that my family is still together and we're still loving each other. I've had friends come into my life. I've had friends come out of my life. And yet each and every one of those friends has given me the beautiful gift of their time, their friendship, however short or long a period of time it was that they lent it to me. And I've learned something from every person that I've come across. I've had new experiences. I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about marketing. I've learned a lot about reading. I've learned a lot about writing. I've been able to get on beta teams, two beta teams this year for beta reading, and I hadn't done that in years, which was beautiful. Something else that I was able to do was be able to be a part of several launch teams. If I'm completely honest, I don't know how I'm juggling all this, but it is so beautiful, and I can't tell you how happy I am to be able to do all these things again that I hadn't done for a very long time. Even during senior year, I was just too busy to be able to engage in much literature things, and last year, again, because of the way things were, I just wasn't able to. So coming back to this has been such a gift. So again, in the middle of the difficulties, I see beauty and I see so much grace. So how can I help but be thankful for this year and everything it's taught me? And that brings me to today's quotes that really spoke to me as I was going over and thinking these thoughts and meditating on just how good, absolutely good God has been. And my first quote is one by Robert Brault, and this is actually from a journal entry from August 16th, 2023, and there's a quote above this. And what it says is, "Enjoy the little things, for one day you may look back and realize that they were the big things." And so often it's so true. So many times as business owners, as young people, as authors, as writers, as people in general, especially in the US. We're looking forward so much, and it's not a bad thing. It is important and essential and crucial to hope. I mean, if you remove hope from a society, it dies. But when we're looking forward, don't let's forget to look around and look backwards too. Because so many times we focus on the big goals, the big things that we're striving for, and that is all good and right. But if we ignore the little things around us, the things we take for granted, even things that are very small to us, like the food that we have, the person that made the food, the family that you have now with you, the books that you got to read, like all these little things, don't forget to enjoy them. Because one day you may look back and realize that they were the big things after all. And so many times we're so focused on our goals that we forget. We forget the people around us. We forget the moments that we have that are just ticking past us. And then there comes a day when we want to reach back and take those moments back. And we can't. Because those moments were for the now. Those moments were for savoring in the moment. Those moments were for showing gratitude for that moment. You see, gratitude... There's another quote that I love. Gratitude makes what is best in others our own. And I think this was Ralph Waldo Emerson that said this. And I love this quote, again, because gratitude is essential. It's essential if we want to capture moments. It's essential if we want to love what we have now and still be grateful for what's coming in the future. In fact, that's essentially what faith is. It's saying, God, thank you for what you have for me in the future. Thank you for what you have for me right now. And thank you for what you had me go through. Because I know one day I'm going to look back and see your hand in the past, present, and future. But here's the thing, if you don't choose to be grateful for the now, you're not likely to get the things that you want in the future. Because you're not going to appreciate them. You're not going to be grateful for the things that you want in the future. There's always going to be that incessant need, that incessant desire for more. Gratitude makes what you have enough, more than enough. Because you see that everything that you have in this moment, whether it's what you want or you don't, it helps you to see that it is all God's gift to you. It may not be pleasant. It may be even painful. But gratitude makes what we have enough and beautifies the things that we maybe don't understand or don't want. We just accept it as God's plan and His gracious will working in our lives. And guess what? Gratitude makes what you have more than enough. It empowers you, it strengthens you, it changes you in the very best way possible. So don't forget about thanking God and cherishing the moments, relishing the moment that you're in right now, this Thanksgiving. And I also wanted to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you, each and every one of you who's listening. Thank you for coming with me on this journey. Thank you for every comment, every review, every rating, every DM, and the very precious gift of having you guys here on this platform and being able to share these words with you. If it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't be here, talking to you guys. The fact that you guys tell me that this is a blessing for you helps me to keep going. Even on days where I don't feel like it. I'm so grateful for you. I'm grateful for the time that you put in to listen to these episodes. For your beautiful hearts. And for the love that I have for you guys, which in itself I feel is a gift for me. Because I feel so blessed to be able to love you, to have the gift of loving you all, and speaking to you guys, and reaching you in ways that years ago I could have never imagined being able to do this. So thank you. God bless you, each and every one of you, this Thanksgiving. And may you find that your heart overflows with gratitude, grace, and beauty this Thanksgiving. I love you all so much. And until next time, friends, continue to live, give, and repeat. Yay! You did it! I'm giving you a lovely big virtual hug because you just finished another episode of Her Reading Life podcast. If you'd like to access all the wonderful links I mentioned in this episode, visit my website at bio.site/Shira G. Rodriguez. That's bio.site/Shira G. Rodriguez. There you can access my blog posts, resources, and so much more. Also, check out my Instagram page for more inspirational content. And join my email list for insider secrets and exclusive updates on special events. The links are in the description box below. Also, if you could take a minute and leave a review for this podcast, that would be amazing. We're able to reach so many more people because of your reviews and ratings. I can't wait to chat with you next time, friends. Keep living, giving, and repeating.